All right, we are live. I believe we are live. We are live. All right, making sure everything is good. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. If you are watching live or whenever you pop in, hello. Those of you that are watching later, hello. My name is Jay. We are here to watch the game 2 of the WNBA finals. I almost forgot what I was talking about. Game 2 of the WNBA finals between New York Liberty and Las Vegas Aces. You can see it down there. We are watching the fourth quarter. So, again, if you are new here, you never watched this with me before, I'm so excited about my Aces. I love what they did in the finals. And so I decided to rewatch these finals games. I'm doing game 2 right now. I'm debating. I'm probably not going to do game 3, probably do game 4. That's the most exciting game. And I wanted to do it by quarters. So breaking it into quarters, we've already watched quarters 1 through 3. If you have not seen those, go ahead and check out my page. Actually, once I'm done recording this live, I will link the previous video to this video, and then every video is linked to the previous one, so you can find it, or you can just go to my homepage and find it there. So I hope everyone can hear me correctly or hear me clearly. All right, so before we get into the game, though, there was a couple of things that I wanted to touch on really quickly. Last week we were here, I was talking about the two games that I was excited to see was South Carolina, University of South Carolina. Oh, my camera's being weird. Okay. University of South Carolina and LSU. I wanted to see their games. Now, the first game, University of South Carolina, they played UNC, University of North Carolina. And that was a really good game. That was a really exciting game. It tested the Gamecocks a little bit because they started off slow, but they ended up winning that. So shout out to them. They ended up winning it in really, really good fashion. Kind of the word on the street was Malaysia Fuwali was only in the game for 3 minutes. She came in, kind of missed her man a couple of times, threw up a wild shot. It didn't go in, and then coach took her out, and she never saw the floor again after that. So it was a lot of talk about, this phenom and why is she not playing, and pretty much what I thought. Don Staley said, she missed some defensive stops. She didn't kind of make the correct play. But, that will come with time. This is I wouldn't say it was their first time with a big challenge, but they had been playing like a lot of unranked teams and a lot of teams that just weren't up to their caliber. So they kind of had it a little easy coming out, beating people by 70 and 50 points and things like that. So this was a real challenge for them. And I think Fuwali just needed to calm down a little bit. She's such a firecracker. When she comes off the bench, like, as soon as she gets that ball, she is gone. Like she's a human highlight. That's what they call her. So in times where they were down, because they were down against UNC, they needed to tighten up on their defense, make the right offensive moves, make sure they're running their sets and stuff like that. It wasn't the time to kind of be just doing any and everything. It needed to be a little bit more controlled. So that's why she didn't play. She said she probably would play in the next game, which was it was them against Duke. Now, Duke's my team, not the college girls team. If you watched my videos before, you knew I grew up loving Duke. I wanted to go to Duke University. Did not attend there. I actually went to an HBCU. Shout out to PVAMU, which is Prairie View A&M University out in Texas. So very happy I went there. But my whole, I don't know, from the time I wanted to go to college, I always wanted to go to Duke. I just really had a fascination with them. So I root for them from time to time. But anyway, um, University of South Carolina was playing Duke, and again, that's another um, team that I believe they were ranked, or were they not ranked? I can't remember. I'm not a college girl, so don't get me. But there's still a test there, and yeah, they were tested once again. This time, Fuwali played a lot, a minute. She was there, but I mean, the whole team as a whole came together. Like, if Cardoso wasn't getting shots, oh, Kitts was killing it. Chloe Kitts of University of South Carolina, she's been doing her thing the past couple of games. And whenever they can't get it into Cardoso, or they don't have an outside shot from one of their shooters, Chloe is there. And she's like in there, like getting the rebounds and doing like garbage pickup, whatever. Like, she's there, like taking the elbows, taking the charges. She's there. So shout out to Chloe, because she's been great for South Carolina. Hey, what is up? RC is in the house. We're gonna get started with the game in a second. I was just going over a couple of things before I start the game. I was talking about University of South Carolina doing well against the Carolinas, North Carolina and Duke. And then the biggest story probably is LSU. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole Angel Reese thing, because I think people have kind of talked that to death. But I will say this. What did RC say? Mini Kevin Garnett. She is. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with Chloe Kitts, because I had never heard of her. I know she, just through watching the game, I know that they said she came on mid-season last year. So this year is like her first full year. She put on 15 pounds of muscle so she can get in there, like, and really battle in the post. And she's been doing great. So shout out to her. But LSU played Virginia Tech. That was going to be their first ranked team in a long time, because of course they lost to Colorado, and that's when all this whole mess started, and kind of started all these rumors, and then after that, we know Angel Reese got benched, and then she was gone for 4 games. It was a whole thing, but Angel came back. And I'm so happy she's back, because I told people before, when I think I said this last week, we don't really know why, Angel was not playing. No one knows the story. No one knows the story but the people at that school and the players and the coach and their team, and that's it. Nobody else really knows outside of family and stuff like that. So, but people were like these full-on dissertations coming at Angel Reese, calling her everything in the book, calling her weak, calling her arrogant, dumb, just going off on these tangents about stuff that, I mean, no one had proof on. There was rumors that she was benched because of her grades, but then, like I said last week, that didn't make a whole lot of sense, because it was November, or maybe it was October. No, it was November at the time. And I mean, grades would have already been out. There wouldn't be any new grades coming in yet. So that didn't really make sense. So I don't know what happened, but she's back. I'm happy she's back. Now we can just talk about her playing basketball. People are going to hate her regardless. Obviously, I guess that's just what people do. But she kind of alluded to in the press conference that it might have had something to do with resting her mental. I can only imagine, because I didn't watch them play last year. Like, I didn't watch Iowa play LSU, but I've heard about it, and I've went back and like saw articles and interviews and things like that. So I know what happened. She won. Of course she wins. She gets these NIL deals, and it just seems like people are, when it boils down to it, people say don't make it a race thing, but it is odd to me because if your favorite player is not playing, I understand. Like if you're going to see, I don't know, the Lakers play and you want to see LeBron, and LeBron sits out for 4 games and the Lakers are losing, they're not doing well, or even let's say AD, because AD gets hurt a lot. So people get really upset at AD. They call him out online all the time. They make jokes about him getting hurt because he's supposed to be the franchise player of his team, and the Lakers aren't doing well in certain times. So you need your leader, or the person that's that is deemed the head of this team. You need them to be there and be present and help the team. So yeah, I can see them being upset at AD. I mean, that's just how crazy fans are. You know, they're going to root for their team and they're going to be critical of their players and things like that. The Angel Reese thing is different because she went out, but LSU hasn't lost a game since Colorado. So even those 4 games that she went out, they didn't lose. So what are you really upset about? Are you just mad at Angel Reese, or what? Like, because you're mad because she's playing, then you're mad because she's not playing. You're mad because she has NIL deals. You're mad because she's on Snapchat, or not Snapchat, TikTok. Like, she's 20, 21. What do you think 20, 21-year-olds are doing? That's what they do. They're on social media. So, I mean, it's a whole thing. I'm just happy she's back. She did really well in the press conference. She definitely got media trained. So shout out to whoever, prepped her for that. But she answered every question with the most respect. And she what I like most about it is that she had her own narrative. She controlled the narrative. She didn't allow any questions or anybody to turn her or pivot her in any direction she didn't want to go in. She knew what she wanted to say, what she wanted to get across, and then she was like, let's just talk about ball. Let's go. So shout out to Angel Reese, LSU. They won their game against Virginia Tech. Like I said, she had 19 points, almost a double-double, had 9 rebounds. I thought she played well along with her other teammates, everyone there. That was truly a team basketball game there. Everyone contributed in that win. So shout out to LSU. So let me see what RC is saying. Yeah, I mean, if you're an Iowa fan, I'm sure that did break your heart, because I guess they were the favorites probably to win that. So yeah, LSU came in and took that. You rooted for her until she ran into Iowa. Feels so weird going against her, but it is what it is. I get it. But you know what? It's difference between going against like a person that beat your team or a rival team and being just outright disrespectful. And I think that's what people are doing. I don't get it. I don't understand why they're so mad. I'm trying to figure it out, because after that press conference and me like doing some other research, I'm trying to figure out, where is this monster that people made Angel Reese to be? Because I don't see it. Like, yeah, she gets on social media and does some videos, but outside of that, I don't know what the big deal is. I'm still kind of confused on that. And then you're a Reese fan again. I'm now, like, the haters have made me a Reese fan now, because I didn't know, I wasn't watching college basketball. I didn't know anything about her until everyone started all this discourse online. And now I've seen her play and I'm a fan. I actually like what she brings to the team. And when they really gel together and can play as a full team, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a sight to see. I'm excited to see what the rest of the season brings. All right, so I've talked enough. We're going to go ahead and get into this, get into this game here. So we are watching the 4th quarter of the Aces versus New York Liberty. I think last we left on 3rd quarter, I think the score was New York 57, Vegas 80. That's right. That's right. We were whooping that New York tail. Like, nothing was going right for New York this game. Even when they tried to battle back in the 2nd quarter, they won the quarter, but they did not get enough points to even touch the lead that I say we because I'm Aces, right? That the Aces had. I think they got as close as 6, and then quickly that disappeared, and now they're down 57 to 80. So let me see. This game here was like, again, the best I think I've seen the Aces play. They really turned it up a notch. Even though they played very well game one, I just did not expect New York to come out game two playing the way they played, and then the Aces to turn it up even more. And I think because they thought, as we all did, that New York was just going to come, barreling through, and they just didn't. But anywho, before I start the game, those of you that are going to watch, or if you're watching this live or whatever, you can support me and my channel. There's a link that I will have, and it's probably there already. It's called Buy Me a Coffee if you want to support me. That's, any little bit will do. I will be happy to get whatever. It is probably going to be labeled Buy Me a Mojito, though, because I don't drink coffee, but I do drink mojitos. So if you want to donate, because I'm a small channel, I don't have a lot of followers yet in order to do anything big. But if anybody wants to do that, you don't have to, but it's there. Also, I'm a podcaster, and I'm going to get into that a little bit later after the game, because we're going to talk about what we're going to do after this game and how we're going to watch game 4, because I believe that's the next game we're going to watch. But I'll get into all that after we watch the game. So let's go ahead and get into it. Again, this is footage from the Mochi Love Basket channel. I have the link down below where you can watch the full game there. But and then it does have a slight lag between the sound and what you see. So outside of that, let's go ahead and start the rest of this game, quarter 4.
Ending 2-0 series lead.
Stay solid. Lock in defensively, okay? Lock in defensively. Best thing about there is we're boarding. Okay? When we board, we're off to the races. Stay solid. Stay solid. Good job. Great job.
Well, Becky Hammond's team certainly has boarded. They are a +4 on the glass. We've documented multiple times how that battle has often been the indicator of who wins between these teams. First 6 matchups between these two teams over the regular season Commissioner's Cup in game 1. 3 wins apiece, and the 3 New York wins a +57 on the glass. The 3 Vegas wins a +7.
Liberty come out in this possession playing zone defense.
Young bounces in. Wilson kicks out. Young connects.
All day, baby.
Down to 3.
Jackie was hitting them threes all day.
Jackie Young up to 21 points.
That was certainly paint to great just for the Vegas Aces.
It's a 26-point lead as Vandersloot now 0 for 6 from the floor. Vegas with its largest lead of the series.
Back to man.
Gray, no. Stewart the rebound. Brianna Stewart with 11 boards. Here's Vandersloot cutting inside, shoveling to Thornton, gets blocked by Wilson. Clark keeps it
Wilson
alive
said,
for Gray.
"Get that out of
Tumbles
here."
and back on her feet. Gray trying to reward her. Young lets it fly. That one halfway down, and it popped out. Remember, these teams, as good as they both were through the regular season, they have not played close games against each other yet, as Johannes can't hit the 3. Closest margin, 1 contest decided by 9 points, every other double digits. Young just left alone, says, all right.
Should have went to the basket with that one.
Vandersloot trying to shake Plum, got a whistle on her. A Game 3 of the best of 5 WNBA Finals Sunday afternoon at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC and the ESPN app. WNBA Countdown tips off our coverage at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. I think Jason Sudeikis will be there as well because he's made the trip here to Vegas to see his Liberty. Super fan of the Seafoam Green. Rocket his hoodie, but there's not been a lot to cheer for Jason Sudeikis tonight as Vandersloot goes to the line.
There's plenty in the second quarter.
There was, which his daughter was able to soak in, and you love the relentless fandom, even down big in the fourth. And on that point, Rebecca, as we promo ahead to Game 3 Sunday in New York, we know Barclays Center has been a remarkable home court advantage. So that building will certainly be energized regardless of how lopsided the final result may be here tonight. Wilson nuzzles in, throws it off the backboard to herself, and gets the whistle. Asia Wilson getting creative to wiggle her way to the line.
My favorite thing about Asia is when she gets with those refs. She loves arguing her point.
Usually we see this in the NBA, and the guys go get it and dunk, and just throws it to herself. Is that on Jonquel or Brianna Stewart?
That was on Jones, her third. Wilson with the MVP chance raining down, an award she has won twice, despite being only 27 years old. She has already accomplished so much. Including a title last season. We were talking to her yesterday. I thought it was so interesting, Rebecca, when she said, you know, as much as you see us vibe on the floor, improvising offensively, defensively, the way we're connected, she said, we're that way as a group off the floor, too, where spur of the moment, we're texting each other just, hey, meet at Chelsea's house, or hey, meet here. That's just the synergy that this Aces core has, both when they're at work and when they're away from it.
I mean, chemistry is such a vitally important part of any team's success, and yes, this team certainly has something about them and the way they communicate with one another. I mean, how confident did the Aces look this morning at their shoot-around, just having so much fun as well.
Remarkably loose. As Gray knocks down the jumper, Sandy Brondello needs a timeout.
Every time I see Gray shoot,
it is a deluge.
It's just the way
courtesy of the Aces.
Her shot is.
Well, Sandy Brondello begging for her team to continue to fight in this series. During the regular season, the home team won each matchup, with the one nuanced
AC did so well against Stewie
Cup,
this whole
which was
series.
in Vegas, and New York won. As Young secures the rebound off another miss, the Liberty have not been able to hit from three. 7 of 32 as Plum certainly has.
Let's go, Plum.
Vandersloot finally able to get to the cup, her first field goal of the night.
What a helpless feeling it must be for New York at times defensively when you have a decent possession and Vegas still hits.
Plum
look at that cut.
Into the corner. Young run off. Clark the cutter.
Man, that would have been so good. They had 2 opportunities
from the floor in this game.
That would have been nice.
One of the things we talked about in our studio, talked about New York bouncing back, had been 9-0 this year after losses. will not be the case when this one goes final tonight. Download the WNBA app now to access all-out finals coverage all in one place. Jump into the Super Team Showdown with exclusive stories, must-see highlights, and more. Scan the QR code on your screen to get the WNBA app now. How about the Aces Core 4? Another night of remarkable production.
That's the Jack crew right there.
From the pillars of this championship franchise.
Not a single one of them with a subpar performance at all yet in this series.
Vandersloot finds Stewart. Extra feed, out of bounds, was deflected, will stay here. The Aces outscoring New York 38-16 in the second half. New York had trailed by 22 in the first half, cut it to 8 at the half, but have not been able to sustain the burst that they had in the second quarter since halftime. And there you go. Game 1, it was the story. Game 2 has been much of the same. 8-second violation.
I don't see those very often.
No. Here's Vandersloot, gets bumped and flips it in. Courtney Vandersloot a chance for 3. All right, if you're New York, Rebecca, what are you focusing on down the stretch here of a game that you know the result and you know you're headed back to New York down 2-0?
I think Sandy Brondello would just like to see some fight from her team.
I agree with that.
I mean, this lead is insurmountable.
I agree.
You know, in the fourth quarter of game 1, Courtney Vandersloot trying to find a rhythm offensively. But there's not a whole lot other than the second quarter for the Liberty positively to take away from this game. But people should still watch.
What do they say? Series doesn't start till the home team loses a game. Liberty will have a chance to respond in Game 3 Sunday in New York as Becky Hammond wants a timeout. Didn't like
Becky
what you saw the last couple of possessions.
I don't care how much we're up by. You mess up,
Stewart in
we're calling a
transition.
timeout.
We'll
We're
step
going to talk about
aside.
it.
It's all Aces in Vegas.
Becky wants you good all game. I don't care how much you
on
run by.
ABC, back in New York. And should the Liberty win and extend the series, Game 4 would come Wednesday in New York. So a lot of time off between games in this series as Young gets blocked by Jonquel Jones, her 4th rejection tonight. Now, for those of you wondering, well, why are the starters still in the game right now for each team? Getting them rest, not a worry because of the huge gaps between games.
Yeah, but there is always the concern late in a game that's decided of injury.
Foul called before the layup from Young. And it'll be a side out of bounds for Vegas. Well, you're right about that, Rebecca. You'd have your starters out if you were both teams right now?
Well, I think one waits for the other to take theirs out, and then they empty the bench. And, you know, I'm sure Becky Hammond's saying, yeah, it's only a 25-point lead. But, yeah, I certainly would be looking to go to my bench at this point.
Vandersloot fouls Plum. 3 free throws here coming for Kelsey Plum.
Team's 3rd. Kelsey Plum to the free throw line. She'll shoot 3.
I can't wait to be there so I can repeat that stuff too. I'm going to an Aces game.
Taking a look at the upcoming WNBA Finals
2.
schedule. Sunday on ABC, it's Game 3, 3 Eastern. As New York will try and stay alive, Vegas will try and become back-to-back champs. First team since the 02 Sparks. And Game 4 will be next Wednesday on ESPN, and Game 5 would be back here in Vegas Friday. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. Mia Stokes helped set the tone in this game, making a couple of corner threes early after she hit 5 total threes all season. Stewart battling with Gray in the post, turns and banks it in. 14 points, 13 rebounds for Breanna Stewart. Aces have looked like an unstoppable force thus far in these playoffs. Young.
It's so crazy. 4 minutes left to go before Jackie made that shot. Aces will make 11. Will score 11 more points in this time.
Laney can't lay it in, but a foul, and Benijah Laney is going to go to the line.
Well, 8 more now that Jackie hit that 3.
You know you got to hit hard and you got to fix your lash.
Laney has gotten more field goal attempts tonight, but has not shot efficiently 4 of 15 from the floor. In fact, if you look at New York, the only player who has shot better than about 36% is Jonquel Jones, and now the Liberty are going to empty their bench.
They wax these girls. They wax those
Hear
girls,
the ovation
man.
for Young, Plum, and Wilson, who were all fantastic tonight. The benches have emptied. Here's Bell. A little too strong. Foul called on Gray. Dolson will go to the line to shoot 2.
I mean, it doesn't matter now. I did not understand why they did not go into JJ more.
54.7%
when they know she can score.
The other night, they're at 54% tonight.
Pretty good.
Did you want to do your Larry David?
Chelsea, like, can I come out of the game, please? Baker's like, look, I know. I need
Legend in the
somebody on the
building,
floor.
Cynthia Cooper, one of the original goats of this league, catching the action courtside.
Y'all don't know who Cynthia Cooper is.
She certainly played on
Y'all need to
some of the
research.
best teams in the history of the league. The Comets winning the first 4 championships.
Dolson means pizza for everybody. Misses both free throws. Las Vegas Aces crowd has been fed in back-to-back games.
Ooh.
Gray tried the no-look shovel.
That would have been dope.
This is a group that Las Vegas trying to join. Back-to-back champs, the Comets.
Look at that. Look at that history
the Sparks,
right there.
And that's it. No team has done it since this league has gone to a best-of-5 finals.
Before that bucket for Courtney Vandersloot, I wanted to appreciate that our score was a number palindrome.
Oh, 96-69.
Yes.
Excellent observation. Gray has 11 assists tonight. On a string. Gray getting tricky.
Shaking and
Will
baking.
Hoist. You bet.
Get him, Chelsea.
With the 99 points the Liberty gave up in game 1, the most they'd given up all season in a game. The Aces have matched that already here in game 2. Gray, extra feed in the corner. George, mid-range.
I love that from Chelsea Gray, though, because she could easily taken a shot. She just made one from there, but instead gives the ball to George, who doesn't get a ton of playing time.
Dolson from the elbow. Knocks it down.
It was a pretty mean screen by Steph Dolson before she caught the ball and drained it.
Gray. Not that time. George battling with Willoughby. And Willoughby and George get into it. And a foul called on Kayla George.
Great vision is not only passing, it's the beauty of the high arcing rainmaker.
All right, we look forward to that. Meanwhile, in Vegas, 1:34 to go, and a quite secure lead for the Aces, about to go up 2-0 in these finals, Holly Rowe.
Well, one of the big reasons, a lot of people have played well, but you look at the stat line of Asia Wilson. She's got a plus-minus of 31, 26 points, 15 rebounds. And she told us today at the shoot-around, you know, when I got here to Las Vegas, Bill Laimbeer literally threw me the ball and said, this is your team. Her other coach, John Staley at South Carolina in college, told her this is what championship basketball looks like. She has taken those leadership moments, those leaders in her life, to become the leader she is on this team. And, I mean, it's a beautiful thing to watch, the chemistry on this team. But make no mistake, she is the leader, and her voice is the one that keeps this team together, and the chemistry so strong.
Can't be more impressed with Asia Wilson. Not only how just incredibly well she has performed on the court, but certainly the leadership that she has shown both on the court and off.
Just having an incredible postseason after an outstanding regular season. And one win away from a second championship with 2 league MVP trophies already on the shelf. Here's Bell, can't hit the jumper. And George.
Nice pass.
Like she might have gotten fouled, knocked out of bounds. Going to stay
had a nice
here
pass.
with Las Vegas.
Just couldn't hold on to it.
Looked and sounded like
her arm. We can hear it from over here. Look at this. Oh my.
Although I will say, Rebecca, one thing you and I have noted, and the coaches even noted us as well, game 1, well officiated game.
Nice.
It felt like it as well.
That
As
was a
Clark
nice
gets
cut.
fouled,
Yeah,
Russ away,
AC.
and the Aces have cracked the century mark.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. This has been a well-officiated series so far, and neither of these teams play with a ton of physicality and contact. As Gray gets Clark gets the back cut there. Well, both these teams want flow. They want, you know, kind of freedom as they're moving out there. It's very different from like our semifinal series with Connecticut and New York, where Connecticut's such a physical team.
Well, it was interesting talking with Benijah Laney after game 1, because she said, you know, with Connecticut and Washington, they brought the physicality to us. So we were able to just react. Said in game 1 against Vegas, we didn't bring the physicality, almost like we were waiting for it to come. In order to bring it, we have to be the aggressors, but clearly it was the Aces who were the aggressors again tonight. Bell into the lane, gets fouled, and will shoot 2.
Fouls on New York 7-13. Johnson will be her first. New York's second team foul in the last 2 minutes.
41.5 seconds to go in this 4th quarter. And the Aces a 102-76 lead over New York. And Mark Davis, their owner, just turned to us and said, wow, pretty impressive. And I'd say that's an accurate description.
I've seen you multitask, but you are doing play-by-play while having a side conversation with him at the exact same time.
You know,
Impressive.
I appreciate that you appreciate my nuanced skills. That and 250 will get me a ride on the subway. Here's Johannes. The crossover, the 3, an air ball, slight difference, game and shot
Would have been
clock.
tight had it went in. That crossover was kind of mean.
Well, no team has ever come back from down 2-0 in a best-of-5 series in WNBA history.
And no team
Phoenix
did.
came close in 2018. The Liberty will have to be the first if they want to win their first ever title. Meanwhile, the Aces on the brink of back-to-back championships. Shot clock turned off. And that will do it. Complete and utter domination in game 2
Complete
from the
and
defending
utter
champion Las
domination.
Vegas Aces.
76-104.
104-76 the final.
Crazy.
And the Aces are 1 win away from back-to-back championships.
All right, all right. So that was the end of game 2. As you can see, we sloshed those girls. Hold on. Let's see what was being said while the game was on. Oh yeah, we smoked their boots. We killed it. I mean, I'm so happy that we have our core coming back. The fact that we have the core coming back, the Jack crew, Jackie, I call them the Jack crew. I didn't come up with that. I think what's her name, Monica McNutt, came up with that. I heard her say this on a game one time, but she calls them the Jack crew. Jackie, Asia, Chelsea, and Kelsey spells Jack crew. But what's up, Kyle? Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'm not going to be on ESPN. I just love talking about my team. What else did RC say? That's the game that put the real doubt. Yeah, it really did. Like, man, I'm so happy everyone's coming back with Alicia Clark. Like, we don't know about Candace Parker yet. Either way, I think we'll be good if she comes back or not. But after watching her doc, I told y'all I don't know if I even want her to come back. She's done more than enough in her career that she doesn't have to come back and play basketball if she doesn't want to. I know she's dealt with a lot of injuries, so if she doesn't come back, she doesn't come back. But if she comes back and she's healthy and we have a healthy team, we're going to three-peat. There's no doubt about that in my mind. What did Kyle say? Badminton. Listen, I used to be on my badminton team. I'm a badminton champion. So if I watch some badminton, I can talk about that because I used to play that. I can talk about that in detail. All right, Kyle, thanks for stopping through. I appreciate you. Before we get out of here, so that was game 2. We're going to watch game 4. That is the big game. That is the game where we win it all. I don't know about Sydney. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I think it all depends on like if they want to acquire anybody else. I think Sid is really good for team morale. Like she's a really good like booster of energy, and obviously when the game is on the line, Becky believes in her to have her out there. So I think she might earn another year. But, she's not getting paid a whole bunch of money, so I don't know if that's even an issue to have her come back. It's just if they need the space. They definitely need to get. I don't know what's going on with Chelsea, so it depends on Chelsea. I think it depends on Chelsea who they bring in, because they do need to deepen their bench, because if something were to happen, they can't just go off 3 people being on the bench. So it all depends. I don't know. I would love to see Sid come back and maybe play a little bit more minutes, but I don't know. But yeah, so next we're going to watch game 4. And I need y'all to tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. I need the Aces fans here live and us watching game 4. We're going to do it just like we did game 2. We're going to split it up into quarters. Next, I think Tuesday is better for me unless something crazy happens, because with my job, it's just better that I'm here up late on Tuesdays. But next Tuesday we'll start quarter 1 of game 4, and then the Tuesday after that we'll do quarter 2. Now then Christmas is coming up. I have family coming into town in a couple of weeks. They're loud. They don't care about anybody recording or what I'm doing. So I'm going to pause and deal with work, deal with the family, deal with the holidays. And then after the holidays, sometime maybe the week after New Year's, we'll go and finish up game 4. So we'll watch quarter 3 and 4 in January. So again, Aces fans that are watching this, the J, what they call them, the J Hive, my people that are watching this. Tell somebody to tell somebody, because I would love to have a gang of people in here as we're watching these quarters and watching our team do something no one thought we would do. No one had faith in the Aces, but Aces fans, that we could overcome having Chelsea out, having Kia out, not having a deep bench, only having 3 people on the bench. People counted our team out. And so, to watch this game 4, and know we were down personnel, but we were still pretty, fairly close in points, to the point where we took over the game and won. Like, it's going to be dope to watch. So I would love to be able to watch it with some Aces fans and us just talk about it and have a good time. So next Tuesday, we'll be here. I'll put a post out. So if you're not following me, or if you don't have the bell on, click that bell down there. Go ahead and subscribe if you like. I would really appreciate that as well. I have other videos on there. Like I said, if you haven't seen my other quarters that I've done, you can go to my homepage, or there's a playlist I have called J Talk Sports. And then all the stuff that I've done sports-wise is on there. So you have a whole playlist of stuff you can see there. In between the time that we're watching this game and we break for the holiday, feel free to check out my page and watch all the other stuff I have. Again, I'm a podcaster. I've been podcasting for 5 years. I am new to YouTubing, but I'm not new to the mic. I've been talking about random stuff for 5 years now, almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in March. So check out my podcast. I do have some things on my YouTube here that you can check out. There's a link to my website that has all my other audio episodes on there as well. So in between that time, when I'm not talking about sports, you can check out my podcast stuff. And if you enjoy that, I'll probably be dropping some videos in between December and January, just videos that's dealing with my podcast and stuff like that. I just can't go live because folks don't know how to shut up around here when I got family in the house. So, and I can't expect them to. So check those things out. Be on the lookout for that. But I'll talk more about that as we get closer to it. So what else is being said? Thank you, RC. I appreciate you coming through. I think that's all I have. I appreciate y'all for watching. This was a great game. I appreciate everyone that showed up every week, and those of you that, if you're not in the live, you're still watching my videos and interacting with them. I appreciate you so much. So until next week, I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for hanging with me. Peace out, y'all. Take care.